It's in our individual choice. And that's what we're not teaching. We're teaching that this kid doesn't have a choice. 16 years old, he didn't have a choice. Let me tell you something, a story so horrible. Guy, he's 8 years old. His father used to tell him he was a worthless piece of crap the whole time. He tried to read. His mother was trying to teach him to read, trying to keep him, educated at all. And his father, who was just the worst, he couldn't read. And so he said no man should read. Well, his mother, who was the only one in his life that was a bright spot, dies. The day mom dies, dad throws her body into the ground, into the grave, and then leaves. And here's this young kid out in the middle of nowhere, out in the middle of the woods. I mean, you want to talk about hillbillies. This was it. Out in the middle of the woods, away from everybody. Nobody knows this kid even is alive.
So he had no chance, and he ate his sister, right?
No.
Is that the end of the story?
No. He goes and he takes care of his sister for a year. Takes care of his sister, feeds her. They live on berries. They live on anything that's squirrel, anything that he can catch and kill. He has nothing.
Food stamps?
No, there's no food stamp.
Okay.
Dad comes back a year later. A year later. The kid is so afraid of him, he hides behind the person that Dad has brought back. Dad went and found himself a new woman. And so he comes back and he says, "Here's your mom." The kid is so afraid of him that he doesn't even approach his father. He hides behind, quote, his new mom. He's so emaciated. There's nothing left. He's skinny to start. There's nothing left. That kid becomes the president of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. You don't know the difference between right and wrong. Don't tell me what it is to be raised by a horrible, horrible parent, and that horrible parent has destroyed your life. What a bunch of bull crap. You want a horrible parent? How about a mom who is drunk all the time? How about a mom that teaches her daughters that they're worthless? How about that for a mom? How about a mom who's drunk, who's embarrassing, and who is abusive, and then, to make it all sunshine and lollipops, kills herself? How about that for a mom? That was my mom. Don't tell me that I have to repeat her life. Don't tell me that I have to repeat those mistakes. Don't tell me that I have to believe the lie that my sisters are worthless. And you top it off with others in the family that have done worse. Every person has a choice. Every person has a choice. I had a choice to wallow in it and say I'll never make it, or I had the choice to move on, find redemption, find my own way. I can either sit here and wallow that I didn't have a good dad. My mom died. My mom was so bad. And then I didn't have a dad that was around for me. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. I have said many times in my life, and I'll never say it again, many times, I don't know how to be a dad because I didn't have a shut up. Well, I'm not going to expect a dad to fall down from the sky. I've wasted most of my life saying, well, I don't know how to be a dad. Oh, well. Oh, well. Well, I didn't know. So what? So now I'm going to pass that on to another generation? So my kids can say they didn't have a dad who really understood how to be a dad? Nope. I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing everything I can. I love my children. I am there for my children, even if it's uncomfortable and awkward because it's not the way I grew up. Oh, well, I'm there and I'm going to break the cycle. And the same with my daughters and with my sisters. Someday you and I will have a long talk about how to treat a woman and what I learned in my family and what I am still learning in my family. And the choices a choice that a real man makes. Choices that hurt to the core of your being. But you make them to set an example. And you set an example so your daughters and your sisters understand they have value. Don't ever believe anyone if they tell you that you or anyone else isn't really responsible for what they do. That kind of thinking will only lead to generational misery. That kind of thinking will lead to generational misery on earth and eternal misery for you. You are responsible. You have everything you need. You were not sent here to be crippled by someone else. Your choice to be crippled. It is your choice. I don't care if you want to call it crippled or handicapable. Handicapable means cripple. It means the same thing. It's what you choose. What do you choose? Do you choose to view yourself as somebody crippled emotionally or spiritually or physically? Or do you say, I'm a burden on everybody and so I can't, I'm this or I'm just this? Forget it.